And if it is a conversation that you're having with yourself about your beliefs, and not necessarily in relation to somebody else's differing belief, but that you recognize maybe a belief isn't serving you, that it is a belief that was handed down to you from your parents, who it was handed down to them from their parents. And then, so you recognize that maybe there isn't something's not gelling. What do you do with that? How do you work with that?
I've written a whole book that
Wait for the book.
No.
It is the most painful thing. We come into this life as soul and spirit, and we then born into a body and the mind, and then we create our stories. So we're all born pure. We're all born pure of love. You look at a little baby, there's no question that it identifies with love and it responds to love. Yeah. And that's the soul and the spirit of this little being that is responding. And then its mind will develop as time goes on. Wherever we are born, whether you believe that you choose the place that you're born to, or whether you believe it's the life that you're given, you come into this form, and whether you like it or not, you're going to have a parental narrative and a societal narrative, or if whatever reason you aren't with your parents, that you're going to have a societal narrative. But there are people that are going to take on the role of guide and a mother and father figure, and that's not just your mom and dad. There's so many people, they talk about the fact that it takes a village to raise a child. This is true. So you have all these people that will bring about their beliefs, which they will say is imparted from their wisdom as to why you should believe that, and then society is going to back it up. For me, it was sheer hell. And I have to say that it wasn't just sheer hell for me, it was sheer hell for my parents as well, because they desperately wanted me to believe what they believe, because this was embedded in them at this stage. And I think I just kicked against everything and resisted everything. It's hard, because in my process and my journey, by opening up deeper and deeper to the voice of love, the spirit of love, I've had people reject me, I've had family turn their back on me. But what I've had to trust is the knowing of faith, the knowing of what is, the knowing of love. And the more I do it, I've found that slowly people are opening, the people that turned their back on me are opening their hearts and seeing that this is just something that has no resistance. It has no judgment. And I did, it was painful. And there were times that I judged them for their unkindness. And there were moments that I shed many tears as a result of it. But in going back every time, and you can see right now, it's having compassion to hold that sadness for myself. It's a part of my journey. But what I do is, as I feel this overwhelm coming of sadness for me that had lost connection with people, I go back and then I just receive love. And then I know it's there. And therefore then I'm back with joy. Because it's not about not loving them. I do love them. They can't find love for either themselves or for me in that moment. And it's holding compassion for their journey. And the reason why I can hold compassion, because I've been in their shoes 1,000 times. I've judged many and been unkind to many. And it's in loving myself and accepting that I've been unkind and judgmental, that I can go back and step away from being judgmental and unkind myself.
Somehow always manage to bring me to tears. Just in the way you speak.
Abigail, and as you know well, I'll say, well, the tears are just the voice of your spirit expressing love.
Yeah. And that stays with me always. Sure. Whew. Okay, so
I have to say this, the day I introduced Abigail to her spirit, she cried because you fell in love with yourself.
The very first day we met. Mm-hmm. Complete strangers, and there I was blabbing like a fool. But yes, that's a good reason.
The spirit, we can't see our spirit. We are so disconnected. It's so hard because it's not a part of our educated narrative. And yet when we see it, it's so excited. It's so excited to be seen that the tears come out because it's saying, I'm here. Yeah, it's like so exciting.
It is, yeah.